I just got back from seeing Sal Tine yesterday, who has absolutely brought this instrument back from the dead. This is sort of a lower end Ibanez RG. It's an RG 350EX that Sal did some routing on. It was sort of the first attempt to put in a sustainer pickup, which is here. And this guitar has actually gotten a lot of use. I used it a lot on my first record. I used it a little bit on my new one. And I was having a little trouble with the input jack and just a whole bunch of little things, and it really badly needed a setup. So it's feeling absolutely great now. And a little interesting history of this guitar is that Steve Vai actually played this guitar for a private event maybe 5 or 6 years ago when he couldn't get some of his gear together. I had a friend of the family, so I lent him the guitar for the event. So there's a little bit of Vai mojo somewhere in there, sort of a cool story. So I just figured I'd demonstrate a little bit. You don't see a whole lot of these around. So I have the version that has 3 different settings on it. So the first setting is just a sustain of the main pitch. So, and that's right now I have it at this fullest intensity, just so you really hear the effect. So there's a middle position on this one, which is sort of, first harmonic. And then the last position, which is like really almost sort of a screaming kind of feedback kind of effect. Which is that next overtone. So a couple of cool things that you can use this for. I mean, a lot of the time I'm using it full on just as a very affected kind of sound. But if you roll back the intensity, which this has sort of a detented position right in the middle, and set it to your regular pitch, it sort of very subtly sustains things, which is cool. I've heard Neil Schoen sort of use a similar setting like this, where it isn't really changing the tone of the sustain of the guitar, it's just sort of adding a little bit to it. So without it, I'd be sort of dying out right now. And with that full harmonic setting, you can sort of do a lot of the Zakk Wylde thing without worrying about the 100% accuracy to the squeak. It tends to bring those out a little bit more easily. I use this a lot on the song Lydia off my first record, which I'll play maybe the solo section of that, and you can hear how it is in context of a tune. But just another shout out to Sal Tine. Thank you for bringing this instrument back from the dead. It feels and sounds great, and I got to do more videos these days. I haven't been doing them for a while, so check it out. Thanks.